So we are going to finish building with coils now on our project. I'm gonna roll my sleeves up. So you might have these little extra long pieces of coils that you had rolled. You can absolutely use these. This one just got a little wonky, so I'm just gonna kind of push it and try to shape it a little bit better. I just want it to be round. And again, I'm leaving the weak spots alone. All right. I'm gonna measure it now to fit on my vase. It's gonna need a sharp line. And I'm probably gonna need 2 coils for my vase, so I'm just gonna cut it and measure it before I slip and score it. So I'm cutting it, measuring it with my lines, my guidelines that I drew earlier. Okay, so again, I'm gonna score underneath where it's gonna attach. Scoring is just roughing up the clay. I'm using my wooden skewer. So the bottom part where I'm attaching is all scored and ready to go. Now I'm gonna score these ends. Grab some slip, dab it on, and then line it up where you want it, shape it, and push down to attach it. And then I'm gonna grab some water and fix all these cracks that I have going on here because coils dry out super, super quickly. And now I have the bottom part right there attached, and I'm gonna do the same thing for the top part. Score it, slip it, and then attach it. All right, so right here and right here, I am making this part right here, the top part of the vase. It is all gonna be one solid, so what you're gonna do here is just smooth it out. You're just gonna blend these 2 pieces into each other. That's how you blend them in and make it one thing even if it's not. So I made this up of 2 pieces, but I need it to be a solid, so I'm just gonna smooth it out. That's all you gotta do. It's gonna take a little bit, especially if it's uneven like the one I just did, but you can smooth it out, make it solid if you keep working at it. And then I'm gonna shape it so it's that nice kind of going in shape that a pot usually is, or a vase. And now I have one solid piece right there instead of 2 separate coils. I'm gonna do all these little details last, these tiny little guys like the leaves and the flowers that are just gonna go on top of it. I'm trying to just build the outline and structure of the symbol first. We can go back in and carve details later. We can blend things later. We just are trying to make it, 1, get it all attached, and then 2, make it the right shape, because coils can get a little tricky in making it the right shape. All right, so this is our extra clay that I shouldn't have left out because now it's drying out. But just get your hands wet if it's drying out. And you can start to do the same thing where you're just kind of manipulating it. And then you can roll it. That's not working. And then you can start to measure for the next thing that you're gonna do. So I'm gonna start doing the bottom of my pot. And I'm gonna make my lines go up and down right here. Up and down instead of across this way. I just think it'll be easier for me to do it that way. So I'm gonna start measuring them. And I'm gonna measure it with my lines that I had drawn already. Cut it. Measure the last one and cut it. So that's what the bottom of mine is gonna be with. I'm gonna blend these all together like I did here, so that way it doesn't look like weird lines like the cactus does. All right, these are not attached. Please do not just put these on here and say they're attached. They will fall off when they dry if you do not slip and score them. Okay, so scoring. I'm gonna score the entire bottom part, which again is just lines one way and then lines the other way, just roughing it up. I'm gonna choose which side I want, score that back side. Get some slip, dab it on. And remember, rough end to rough end. And line it up, shape it, and then push it down. Trying to figure out which way I had these. Okay, so I'm going to shape it a little bit before. You can do that too. You don't have to just shape it when it's on it. Score the back end that I'm going to attach. Grab some slip. And attach. Again, smooth out those edges. I know those coils dry out really, really quickly, so you're gonna have to get some water, maybe even some slip, and smooth out the edges. Last one, scoring the end, dabbing this on, shaping it. And then attaching it. So remember, you need to apply that pressure. You need to push it down to seal it to itself. And then same thing, we're gonna blend these together now. It's gonna take a little bit of time, and working out the clay, you're gonna have to manipulate it a little bit, but I need to have a nice even base for this vase. So I'm gonna take my paper clip and try and cut across to make them all the same length. And then smooth that out. So it's gonna just take a process of smoothing, especially when you're making something solid. You can still see those lines there. I might have to fill it with some more clay, but it's just a process. Everything in ceramics is a process, okay? So you're just filling in your outline and your symbols with coils to make up the piece. If you have a line there that needs to be there, leave it, but if you need to blend it together, you're just gonna keep working these little lines in here until you get something solid, okay?